We're live.
Good. Well, you better set the scene, bitch.
Oh, you son of a... Damn it. I can't say anything. I haven't met her yet, but I like Ursula. Damn it. Hello and welcome to another scene in Darkness Over Dublin, where somebody wouldn't set the scene. Um, it's been a hot couple of days since the Archbishop went missing. Um, it's been bad, but luckily Zach got a power-up known as Downtime XP expenditure, so he can now do that correspondence 2 thing and, like, a couple other things. But, so, he's also got this box that he can't fucking open, and the only thing he can read is blood, which is not good, and he's just kind of like, huh, like my day couldn't get any worse. And there's that fucking Inquisitor somewhere in the city, too. Like, Dragon Age all over again. The Inquisitor just doing a whole bunch of stupid-ass shit. So he's gonna call Sam. Because why not?
The fuck is Sam doing right now? You know what? Fuck it. Goon Sam is definitely... She's definitely on Pornhub. That's happening. And then she gets a call for fucking Zach. She puts everything on pause.
The priest knows.
Yo.
Also, the technocracy agents aren't pleased at your selection on Pornhub.
Oh, I'll totally tell y'all what her search history is like.
I think we're okay without knowing Sam's porn history. Or her search history. It's probably not very good. So when Sam picks up, Zach will just kind of very politely say, hello, Miss Cotchery. I hope I am not interrupting anything.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch all that, Kim.
Oh, you said, Good afternoon, Miss Cotchery. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not really.
Wonderful. Do you perhaps have a moment to come by my home, then, so we can speak in a more secured location?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
We will then have what I will lovingly refer to as the Mage Batman symbol that will go. "Tillaloo."
Yep.
Beautiful. So as always, when Sam arrives, the door is open and unlocked. Zach will answer the door and just kind of smile tensely and, motion for Sam to walk on in.
And Sam comes on in.
Oh, what did I click? Oh boy. Okay, my bad. Okay. To start this off, Sam, I understand I should have told you this earlier, but I've been busy these past few days. But after an encounter with a demon, when I returned home, the Archbishop was no longer here. And I do not know where he went.
Sam just sits there and kind of blinks a couple of times. She's currently debating what kind of reaction she should have to this.
Zachariah is making tea.
Sam looks at the tea and asks, "Can you get my tea with some kind of alcoholic beverage and then leave out the tea when the alcoholic beverage is served?"
I do not have any alcohol. But he lifts up a finger as in that one moment. Because he does have matter too. Which allows for basic transformation, so he can technically turn water into alcohol. Or tea into alcohol.
Ironically, you need life too in order to turn it into wine.
That's
thought that would be
fair, because it's based off, yeah.
I thought that would be like to turn blood into wine or something.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, that's to turn wine to blood. That's to actually do the whole kind of Christian thing. Continue.
Yeah. I was about to be like, I don't have any don't have any life. Finally got one dot in spirit though, but anyway. So yeah, he'll mutter a small prayer, which is funny because he's just kind of like turn this into whiskey. Actually, no, he'll just kind of look up at Sam and ask and say, "Do you have any preference?"
Something really fucking strong.
He nods with like his zero knowledge in alcohol and was like, maybe whiskey will do this trick. He's just gonna turn the tea into whiskey and like wave his rosary over it or something.
He was gonna take that paradox. He was gonna take that paradox.
In his sanctum, in his sanctum.
How many dots of sanctum does he have?
He's got a dot.
Yeah, that's a room, Kim. A room. Your entire house is not your sanctum. Are you actually sitting in your sanctum room making tea?
Tiny ass motherfucking sanctum. Let me get my
Okay, you can go over to your sanctum and do the transmutation, Kim.
So I don't need any paradox in my life. He'll just take the tea tray and then walk into a sanctum room. 3 successes to turn the cup of tea into whiskey.
Okay. That would be 2 to give. Yep, that will successfully turn the tea into whiskey for the scene. So Sam may drink the whiskey.
Yep.
Cool.
And he brings it back, kind of offers the whiskey to Sam.
I will point out, as Belmont has no idea, as Father Belmont has no idea what whiskey actually tastes like, it will taste as the most generic whiskey you've ever had, in the sense that this is what you would assume people think whiskey tastes like.
It probably just burns on the way down. Like, that's all he knows.
That's all she needs. And she's just gonna say, "All right, I'm good. Go on."
Nods, takes a sip of his tea. Along with that, I am not sure if Mr. Owen told you, but there was an encounter with a demon and an angel the other day as well. And on the 16th of next month. Wait, Evan, is it yeah, next month, because it's the okay. I forgot there are 31 days in this month. Yep. I didn't want it to be like, you say Buck Kim is the first over here and fake land, fake time of land here. Anyway. He'll say on the 16th of next week, it seems that a big occurrence, big event is going to happen. I am assuming that something happens that causes the world to end, but I am not terribly sure. All I know is that the demon Faust wished to make a deal with us in order to give a weapon that would be able to allow us to fight this creature or creatures when the time becomes necessary so that the world will continue.
So he tried to literally get you into a Faustian bargain.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet.
Intermission. Evan begins singing.
How many roads must a Kim walk down before she accepts she's adorable?
Okay, you can stop now. Regret. So much regret.
Still adorable.
Shh. Why don't you go think like someone else is adorable?
Because they're not as adorable as Kim.
I'm not adorable though.
Okay, I changed that statement. Lottie is pretty, or not Lottie, Maya is pretty adorable.
Exactly. That's better. She can be the adorable one and I'll just like sit over here in the corner.
You're still pretty adorable, Kim.
Shh.
Look at you with your face.
Look at you in your face. Ugh. It's a facey face.
Yeah, but my face isn't as adorable as your face.
Well, I mean, that can be up for debate. Because who knows? I've like never seen your face. So I might think it's adorable as well. I don't know how this works. Everybody's face is like adorable to me. I don't know. So haha, you are now adorable, as is Tim, as is like everybody.
Thanks. That's a very nice thing to say, Kim, because when you're called adorable, that's a compliment, and you should take compliments.
Oh, you son of I walked into that one, didn't I? Damn.
In a very adorable way. Look at you there with your face.
And look at you with your face? Yeah. It's face. Very facey. I don't know. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say to that? Just, I suppose, like, this is better than dead air. I hear dead air is not that good. You just say bullshit.
We're talking about how adorable your face is. Face.
No. No, we switched it up. I believe we were talking about your face.
No, I believe we're talking about your face and the fact I'm a lick it.
No.
I'm a lick it.
No. What the fuck? Why?
Science.
That's not how science works. Unless you're like a geologist, but we don't talk about them. No. Like, you cannot just look. No!
Nom face.
No.
But it's how it works.
No, that is not how that works. You're also across an ocean. Like, not gonna happen.
I will cross the ocean just to use Kim as my salt lick.
No, because while you're down here, you could just get a salt lick. Like, do you know how common they are down here?
But they don't have Kim.
Yes, they don't. But it'll actually be a legitimate salt lick. They're massive. We use it for, like, deers.
Do deer like salt lick?
Yeah, you kind of put it out there, and they occasionally will go towards it, and then you can shoot them.
That's horrible.
We are horrible people down here, unfortunately.
You goddamn inbred Duck Dynasty looking motherfuckers.
Okay, first of all, Duck Dynasty, that shit was completely fake, as is Swamp People. Okay? You want to know the people who, Duck Dynasty was around? They lived in Shreveport, okay? Shreveport is like the classiest place up in this bitch. They didn't have those beards or anything. They lived a nice, cushy life in fucking Shreveport up there in Sportsman's Paradise, okay? They didn't. Oh, same thing goes with those stupid ass Cajun Pawn Stars things. Like, that was bullshit. That I actually drive past that pawn shop on a semi-daily basis. Okay, that's also bullshit. It was scripted too.
Is it a nice pawn shop?
No, it's a shitty ass pawn shop. I've never been in there, but it's bad. Yeah, fun fact, that was filmed in my hometown. It's like 5 minutes away from my house. Okay, it's like 10 minutes technically, but depending on traffic. But like all of those shows about Louisiana, 99% of them are bullshit, and it's hilarious. Just like probably some of those like shows, quote unquote, in Ireland are probably a whole bunch of, stereotypical bullcrap too. Just how it goes. Stereotypes, man. They're beautiful. Okay. I guess in this pause, Zach will just call the Archbishop's phone and see what the fuck happens.
Do you have his number?
No, but Sam probably does, so I guess we gotta wait. Damn it. Oh my god, that is so annoying.
Actually, no, that does raise the point. When you actually brought him in, he was wearing when Sam brought him in, he was wearing his cassock, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Sam stripped him or like put him into other clothing. Or kind of dressed him to sleep or anything like that,
Zach would have, because, dude also needed baths and shit. So you probably just kind of like put him in different clothes and like changed his clothes. Of course, he would wash the cassock and then like put it back on him. But...
He did have his phone in one of the pockets of his cassock.
Okay, well then Zach probably snatched that number then.
Okay, so you took his phone.
Well, no, he didn't take his phone. He would have tried to get the number, but I'm assuming his phone was probably locked. And Zach can't really hack, and he was not about to go through someone's locked phone, so he probably just kind of like slipped it back into his cassock, and then, yeah. Actually, no, he didn't slip it back into the cassock. He put it on the nightstand next to him, where all of his belongings that were.
Okay. He had some very interesting stuff on him.
Oh boy, of course he fucking did.
The cross he wore around his neck, you would guess, had about 100 quintessence in it.
Baby, Jesus. Okay, he would have kept like the cross on, because Zach knows how that goes, but like the other things. But damn, that's a lot of fucking quint.
Okay.
He had two. That was the. Oh, okay. Tim, I've got a question for you. How thoroughly, when Samira had him for that period that she had him, did you go through the Archbishop's personal effects that he had on him?
In order to treat him, she probably would have gone through that. that stuff.
Okay. Just so you know, because I'm giving Kim the list of the stuff he had. He had a cross, a golden cross around his neck, a large crucifix about the size of from the tip of your middle finger to the bottom of your hand, in length, and about the width of your hand, left to right, in diameter. That cross had, if you had to guess, it had about 100 quintessence in it.
Damn, alrighty.
He had two rings. One silver ring that had one silver ring that had another cross on it that was on the ring finger of his left hand. That was some kind of wonder. Unless you really poked into it, you're not exactly sure what it does, but you know it had a magical effect. You know it generated a magical effect. He had another ring on his left hand, on his right hand, on his index finger, which once again had a very powerful, very complicated magical effect on it. He had his wallet, which had about, maybe €80 in the wallet, his credit cards, his identification, etc., etc., etc. Basically every kind of thing that you would think would exist in a wallet. Oh, and when you put your hand into the pocket of into the back pocket of his cassock, it was much larger than it should have been, and you essentially Godric Gryffindored the shit out of drawing the sword out of the sorting hat.
All right, cool.
This bitch has a fucking sword in his back.
Just to put this out there, I kind of do need to get going. A slight bit of realness has occurred. Nothing that's particularly like bad or like horrible or anything like that, but things that do require my attention. So do you mind?
That's fine. I'll continue running with Zach. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
I hope everything goes well.
At least now the stuff with Sam is the stuff Sam knows now.
Yes.
I will point out one last thing, because it is something that to kind of mooch it along ever so slightly. When Sam is eventually going to be shown the demonic box, basically, that contains the weapon, she will recognize one of the characters because the box has a circular lock, and on the circular lock it keeps changing, and the words and the inscriptions on it keep changing. Sam will be able to understand one of the phrases, which is written in very old Hindi, and which she thinks either means the Father or God, or the One.
Interesting. All right, so yeah, go ahead and dip. I'll see y'all later.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say that when Zach leaves to say goodbye to Samira, will Zach walk Samira to the door?
Of course. He is a gentleman.
Okay.
Why?
When Father Belmont gets back, was Sam seated in a sitting room or seated in the kitchen?
Probably the living room.
Okay. When you walk back into the living room, there will be 3 people. 2 will be standing and 1 will be seated in your living room. All of them, the 2 who are standing at the back are wearing very traditional style Catholicized robes, and they're wearing the collar to indicate their priest status, but they're also wearing skull-faced masks. The one sitting down, who is sipping tea, need I add, tea that you prepared for Sam and left the teapot on the table. He has filled himself a cup of tea. Kim, he has used your milk and sugar.
Okay.
He is sitting there. He has a red cassock on, as opposed to the black.
Oh, shit.
He has...
Said, oh, shit.
He has a red cassock on, as opposed to the black. He is sitting there with his legs crossed. He has long white hair that flows over one shoulder, and very pointed features. His eyes are very large and well set. He's actually quite attractive in the sense of he would be considered to be, appearance, probably about appearance 4, and his spec would probably be something along the lines of endearing. And he smiles as you enter the room. And he will say, "Do forgive my abrupt appearance. Father Belmont, I believe." Or Father Belmont, I believe.
Indeed. I would offer you tea, but it seems like you have made yourself at home.
You shall, I hope, forgive me. It has been a rather long journey, and I needed to take some mild refreshment.
Of course.
Now then, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm led to understand that you've been doing rather the impossible, being the light in this dark parish of ours.
He nods his head slightly and says, "It would be impossible if not for my faith in the Lord."
Ave pregantius nestius Romanus, for he is the word, we merely follow his teachings.
Nods his head.
Please, join me.
He'll sit down.
So, tell me. Well, how best to phrase? How are the affairs in Dublin as you see them, Father?
They are tense.
Why is that?
Perhaps because of the state of affairs of this city.
Ah, I see. Unfortunately, it is only when sin is let to run rampant that it is that we are all faced with the forces of perdition.
Internal
Hell
screaming.
can...
Internal screaming.
Why?
Just... Okay, because the fucking, bishop just kind of showed up in, his place and is saying all this and that, and he's just kind of like, I'm pretty sure I know who this is. Internal screaming. But go on, my apologies.
For the record, red is the color of cardinals.
Oh, yes. I knew it was one of them because I remembered it off of the Da Vinci Code. But anyway.
Yeah, purple is bishops.
Okay. I knew it was one of them. High up. Very high up. Like, I knew they were below the Pope.
Kim, did you even remember this guy's name?
You never told me the Inquisitor's name.
It was in his letter.
Then Zach would have remembered, yes, but that letter was forever and a fucking year ago.
For the record, his name is Constantine Aquipolinus.
Oh, I remember now because it pissed me off because it was Constantine, and I was like, "Don't you put my baby boy's name in there like that?"
This Constantine kick your Constantine's ass.
Bet.
He will very calmly place the teacup down in front of him, and you'll see him. He cracks his knuckles. You hear the pop, 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 pop noises, and he will say, "Indeed, however, where sin must flourish, so times we must burn it out. Be the sword of the Lord. For it is that when he, in his glorious and benevolent wisdom, gave the divine mandate to man, that man must police its own sinful. That is the nature of the Lord."
Of course.
Wonderful. Now then, I'm led to understand that certain elements within the city need to be addressed. That's why the Pontiff Maximus has seen fit in order to give me his divine mandate. So, I'm curious, however, where is my honored colleague? I was led to understand, or rather, not quite led to understand. I was contemplating the fact that he would be here, but he does not seem to be.
It seems that he has left. I do not know where he has gone.
How very disconcerting.
Indeed.
I assume that you will immediately inform me should Archbishop de Calbornay reemerge.
Of course.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Do you
Too
have
long has there been too long has there been a cancer in this city, my child. It is up to us to see that it is excised. Don't you agree?
He just ever so slightly nods his head again.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now I have much work to do, as I'm sure you'll understand. Should you require me, he'll snap his fingers, and one of the two masked individuals will step forward and hand you a business card.
He will take it and nod his thanks to the goon. And then nod his thanks to the Inquisitor.
Yes. The Inquisitor will stand up and he will hold out his hand, Kim, upon which there is a ring.
Oh, the son of a bitch! I'm assuming it's one of those bow down, kiss the ring kind of scenarios.
Yeah, but then again, that's actually quite common with members of the Catholic Church with Catholicism interacting with each other. Like, you should kiss a bishop's ring.
I know. It's just, on an OC level, it's just, it reminds me of like a she, just kind of like, yeah, you're my
Kiss
bitch
the
now.
ring.
Know my place.
Yeah. That's,
It's damn, got Zach by the balls and everything. So he'll kiss the ring.
wonderful. I'm so pleased that we've come to such a salubrious agreement, you and I. In all honesty, we shall call it accepting views had been noted by those who sing the song. But I'm glad that you're not singing in disharmony any longer.
He doesn't say anything. Not gonna say anything.
The Inquisitor will walk over. He'll appear to walk. He'll appear to be going to walk out of the room, but he'll stop, dead in his tracks. And you see him quirk his head to the side, as his hand will extend, and he's going to open a small closet that is just off that adjoins this room. He's going to say, "Did no one ever teach you, boy, that it is very rude to eavesdrop on conversation?"
Oh no! Oh no! I'm assuming Alex is in there.
He's in there and he looks terrified. I didn't know that there was anything wrong. When you came in and there was the flash of light and I was just getting my shoes, you see. I'm sorry, sir. Now, boy. There's no need to be afraid. You'll see the Inquisitor stroke his face.
Oh, Zach will kind of walk forward and he will say, please forgive him. He is still young.
Kim, that will start to... His eyes will go wide. Sorry, what's the name of your ward again? It is Zach, is it?
Yeah. Alex Dubois.
Alex, thank you. His eyes will go wide. You'll see where the Inquisitor is touching him. His skin is starting to crack. Almost like it's dry paint.
It's not funny. I don't know what to...
He starts to scream as the cracking proceeds over his face.
Okay. Okay, Zach, don't fucking deal with the consequences. He's gonna walk up and he's gonna try to just kind of not really slap, but kind of grab the Inquisitor's wrist and push it away from Alex's face.
Okay, do you have Prime Sight activated?
I think I do.
How many dots of Mind Shield do you currently have? Because the Inquisitor doesn't appear to have any effects active.
I have 6 success Mind Shield up.
Wow, it's a shame it's not an 8 success Mind Shield. Kim, you cannot see that he has any effects activated.
That's fine. Zach's probably just gonna get thrown across the room, but I gotta save Alex. Actually, oh my god, Alex. Fucking hell. Okay. Shut up. Okay, as a last just ditch effort, because it's very clear that Zach's about to Zach's feeling some kind of ways. Right before he goes into touch, he'll just kind of say, "Please, Inquisitor, stop. I beg you."
Oh, apologies. He'll very gently pat his face. You know, like the kind of a good boy pat. And you'll see the fact that the cracking not only stops but heals in a kind of as the skin that was crisscrossed and bleeding, kind of firms itself up. And he'll turn back and he'll say to Zach, "We are all invested with the powers of the Lord. Sometimes they're more difficult to control than others. My apologies, Father Belmont."
Son of a bitch! Oh, if I wasn't a priest right now, I'd be coming for that ass. So, Zach will say, he won't even say anything. He'll just kind of nod very curtly to the Inquisitor and then kind of kneel down and start looking at Alex because yes, concerned priest is concerned.
We're leaving. Leave Father Belmont to his ragamuffin.
Get my forces up, you bitch!
room flanked on. By the way, did you make at any point to actually touch the Inquisitor? Like, did you actually put out your hand to put your arm on his?
He went out that way, but then he stopped and realized, it's probably best not to touch him. So it was like that halfway kind of thing, and then he stopped.
Okay. You will hear click, click as you turn around, and you'll see that both of the priests have hidden under the robes have swords on their belts, swords that glow with primal power, and both of them were half drawn just from you putting out your hand.
Mm-hmm. Zach knows that life, except he doesn't take a sword; he takes a knife.
That's the two priests.
Okay, so how's Alex looking right now?
Petrified. He can't seem to speak. As in, I'm gonna give him a stutter. Yes, he has a stutter. But when people have stutters, are really panicked, they can't talk.
Trust me, I know this very, very well.
Oh, did you? I seem to recall that you had one when you were younger.
I still have one. It comes out a lot more when I'm really nervous, and I had an ex of mine who really enjoyed to put me into nervous situations to get me to stutter so she could laugh.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I will be this bitch.
Yeah, she did a lot of things. She is now currently completely out of my life, but yes. I understand how the stuttering goes. So yes, it's
For the record, would you like to roll intelligence medicine to kind of understand what the Inquisitor did?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay, roll your into medicine. Difficulty 7, because it's actually pretty esoteric.
I roll esoteric then.
Not really.
That's fine.
Esoteric, as in it wouldn't be very common medical knowledge.
Mm-hmm. I got 1 success.
It looks almost like he hyper dehydrated the skin.
Damn. There's not much you can do when skin gets to that point other than just let it flake off either. And wait for it to regrow. Because, yeah, it's not going to rehydrate. Especially if it was already the point it was flaking off. God. This son of a bitch. On my shit list.
Heal this, I will remind you.
Mm-hmm. Dude is on my fucking shit list forever. Son of a bitch. So he'll look at Alex and just kind of, in that really nice manner, comforting manner, kind of take his hand and like rub the back of it with his thumb.
I was.
He'll nod and just he'll fucking hug Alex and he'll say, "It's okay. It's okay. It was not your fault."
From what he said, he was basically trying to get his shoes. Then there was a bright flash of light, so he just closed the door.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Zach's just, yeah, it's not your fault, and I'm so incredibly sorry that happened.
One moment. Oh, that's really weird. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry, continue.
He was pretty much just looking at Alex and was hugging him, saying, it wasn't his fault and that Zach was extremely sorry.
Alex will basically want to go back to his room after that.
No, Zach understands.
Never leave again.
Evan?
What?
It's the way you said that. Thought, you just
Nothing.
go, Evan?
Nothing.
Evan? What are you planning, Evan?
I mean, he has enough shoelaces.
No! Oh my god, no! That's how Zach found him in the first place.
I'm well aware of this fact.
Oh my god.
I'm only kidding you. He just wants to go to his room.
Yeah, Zach will let him, and then Zach's gonna bring him tea afterwards.
So, is there anything else in particular you want to do in this scene?
Would it be possible? I really want to call the. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick thing because it didn't happen with Sam here. So, I guess what's his face never actually got his phone number, and Sam's not here at the moment. So I'm gonna just go ahead and try to use correspondence and see if I can find him.
By the way, when you walk back downstairs, the Archbishop is sitting in your living room. He's drinking tea.
For the first time, Zach really thinks about dropping the F-bomb because of what the fuck would be wonderful right now. But he's not going to do that because he's a man of the cloth. So he just looks so tired, and he's just gonna look at the Archbishop. Just so tired, drained, and low-key done with life. Kind of waiting for an explanation.
Good afternoon, Father.
Good afternoon, Archbishop.
I would like to thank you for your excellent hospitality. It has, how would you say, indeed proven to be instrumental.
How's his eye looking?
His eye is currently closed, and it still has black veins all around it.
So I'm gonna turn on some spirit sight.
Okay.
Because that's setting off all sorts of fucking alarms. All of the alarms. Okay, so spirit sight's up.
Okay. You see over his eye there is a dark miasma, almost looks like a jellyfish made of pure nothing that is smashing against some kind of ward that he's laid over himself. So there's a couple of millimeters from him. There's this blackness that's smashing into this ward, attempting to get out.
Okay. How are you feeling, Archbishop?
What was that? Sorry, Kim?
How are you feeling, Archbishop?
I am... That is an interesting question. I shall answer it, in fact, with the phrase, I am.
I see. The Inquisitor wishes to see you.
I'm aware of this fact. However, unfortunately, Inquisitor Aquapelinus is not exactly known for his understanding and charitable soul. So, I believe that for the time being it is best that I be shadows and smoke.
I can understand why.
For after all, did our Lord not walk amongst his apostles, hooded and cloaked, so they would not know his face? When it was he was risen from the dead.
Indeed.
However, I sense that there's a question you wish to ask me, Father. By all means, please feel free.
There are several questions that I wish to ask. But
Please, as I have said, feel free to ask.
the biggest and most important question is, how can I help?
You already know the answer to this question. I have played my part in this story, the story that is now caterwauling or careening towards its conclusion. You have already been given your task by the hands of the unholy to the holy in order to be the instrument of God's will.
I understand that, but how can I help you?
You assume that I require your help, Father. That is a presumption.
It is certainly something, given that creature that is currently trying to escape you.
Yes, but then again, bear in mind, it is I who have locked it in place. It is there because I will it to be there, if you understand me, Father. Not
But
the
for
other way
how
around.
long exactly?
Until such time as the event passes and something is not allowed to be whole, till it is that, well, we shall see. If our enemy possessed its full strength, then not even the combined forces of the heavenly choir could stand against it. However, I have taken some of it onto myself in an attempt to weaken it, and so I have done so. However, I cannot hold it forever. So it is that on the 12th, so it is that on the strike of midnight on the 16th, my defenses will fall, and it will be reunited with itself.
He nods. Then do you have any idea on how to open the box, or where I can begin to search and research how to open the box?
No, I honestly do not. The box itself is a conundrum. It is interesting in the sense that I believe the answer as to how to open it changes from person to person. I think that the only one who knows how to open it individually is the individual who attempts to open it. Meaning, it would give a different answer for me to unlock it than it would say for you.
Right now, the only thing that I can read off of it is blood.
That is because you're only reading with your eyes.
Nods. Makes a note to go look at it with all of its sights later. Nods again. If the Inquisitor comes around next time and asks if I have seen you, what am I to say? I have no want to give him any answers or to deal with him ever again, but something tells me he will be back around.
He would have killed your boy just to make a statement. You know this. Without thought, without pause, and without mercy, because he believes that in his hands, he believes that the actions of his hands are the will of God.
I understand this very clearly.
as to what you may say as it pertains me. Say that you have seen me, but say that, of course, you did not have the power to hold me. After all, he will look at Father Belmont and he'll say, Father Belmont, do you have the power to stop me if I wish to walk out at you?
No, nor would I ever wish to.
So that is truth. The Inquisitor, for all of his blustering, is egotistical. He will, of course, think that your weakness is not. He will think that it is weakness on your part, not necessarily guile or insidious thinking. So he will accept the fact that you would. He will perceive it as weakness. If you play the fact that it is weakness, like you would play a game of cards, if you were bluffing, as it were, you should be fine. He tends not to look for what he perceives as weakness, for he perceives that the only ones who would be heretics are the strong, because they have sold themselves for strength.
Hmm.
He is, of course, mistaken.
Indeed, he is. Is there a way that I can contact you later if the need arises?
He will say, you may always look wherever there is the darkness, and you may always pray for the light. Oftentimes the light will hear your prayer, Father Belmont.
He just kind of smiles and says, there's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in.
See, you're not wrong in that. You are not wrong in that interpretation. I cannot make the path that you must walk easier. After all, our Lord himself needed to carry the cross upon which he would be crucified. But I can warn you that should you fail and should you falter, not only you, but those who stand around you, those who must stand as eternal sentinel in the city, and not only Dublin, but the world shall fall to darkness and perdition in a place where not even the Lord God can see us anymore.
He nods his head very solemnly. I
The
understand.
Archbishop, he will stand up and he will place a hand on your shoulder, and he will place another hand on your face, and he will say, have faith, Father Belmont. It is, as they say, always darkest before the dawn.
He nods his head. Okay.
And the Archbishop, he won't teleport as such, he will fade away until he's not standing in front of you anymore.
Bye-bye, Archbishop. Okay.
You will, however, notice that on your coffee table there is the small silver ring that he kept on his left hand.
Zach will kind of awkwardly pick it up and just kind of look at it.
Yeah. It's definitely glowing with quintessence.
Yes, Zach knows this wasn't a fucking accident, so...
Actually, I'll change that statement. It's glowing with a weird quintessence that's not quintessence, but it is some kind of energy.
Oh boy.
Does your character have spirit?
He's got... Actually, holy fuck, he's got Spirit Lord too.
Do you want to roll me that sweet, sweet intellect spirit lore?
Yeah, 5, 7. 3 successes.
Almost like the spiritual energy that is Gnosis.
Huh.
But it doesn't look like ordinary Gnosis. Did you look at the angel through any of your sights?
He had the spirit necklace. Spirit necklace. And he did have prime and correspondence.
It looks like the angel.
Blessed be the Lord.
Praise be.
Yep. He'll, highly doubting the Archbishop left it there for no reason, will take the ring and put it on.
The ring will automatically resize itself to your finger.
Oh boy. Okay then. And I will have to ask how that works at a later time. For now, I must head off to school. Shul.
You must head to Shul. You're going to temple. Oi, bubble.
I don't know what you just said, but okay.
The Jewish people call temple.
Oh. No, I just remember, I can't remember what show, but they were always like, and we're going to shul. Because they were trying to say school, but doing
Anyway, alright, thank you players for playing. Thank you for watching. This has been another Scene in Darkness in Dublin.